Good morning, Facebook land, and welcome to Storytime episode 4 with Eros the Dragon. Man, I got to tell you, I'm fucking wide awake this morning. I didn't get to bed till about 3 a.m. and apparently I slept like a drunk baby. And I'm just like wide awake. I'm motivated. I'm ready to do shit. I don't know what, but whatever it is, I'm going balls to the wall. I'll probably build something, probably break something. I'm probably gonna fuck something, and stir up a bunch of chaos and then extrapolate some perfect harmony from that chaos, because that's what dragons do, right? It's a dragon thing you wouldn't understand. But anyway, the subject of today's story time is last night I was exhausted all day long. I overslept yesterday morning. I didn't get to sleep until like 3 o'clock in the morning the night before, and a friend of mine that was staying with us said that I was growling in my sleep all night. So like apparently the dragon was wide awake and agitated, and it just fucking exhausted the shit out of me. So like I wasn't motivated yesterday, and I was dragging my ass yesterday, and I fell asleep on the sofa about probably 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock last night, and just before midnight I had awakened. I did not open my eyes, but I was aware of my surroundings, and my phone rang, and I had every intentions of completely ignoring it. I didn't know the hour, but I knew it was late, and I was not motivated to take a phone call. But my wife, the beautiful fairy, she had answered the phone, and it was a good friend of mine that was calling it at around midnight. And I took the call, and the friend of mine had said that they needed some of my time and my energy. And I know that this particular friend calling at such a late hour was actually desperately in need of my time and energy. So I got my ass up and hopped in the car and grabbed me a drink to go and headed on out to my friend's house, and picked them up, and we went for a ride. And I was wide awake, strangely enough, I was very, very wide awake. And I'm driving all over Asheville looking for a 24-hour gas station to grab a couple of monsters or something, because I'm fucking parched for one, and I'm wanting a little extra energy boost. And this fucking place ain't got no place. There's nothing open past midnight around here. It's absolute bullshit, I tell you. But that's not the story that I'm trying to tell. See, so I picked this friend of mine up, and this particular friend is dealing with a difficult set of circumstances and situations, multiple difficult sets of circumstances and situations, and my friend's really down, which is understandable. I think we can all relate to that, right? I've definitely dealt with some difficult situations and circumstances in my life where I was really down, and had a negative perception. It's not like that for me anymore. Difficulties do arise in my life, and rather than looking at them as being problems to solve, or maybe problems that I can't overcome because I don't have the willpower or the resources, I look at them as opportunities for growth, for advancement, for change in my life. And so that's the result. That's what I get. When shit hits the fan, I clean up the fucking mess, and I find a new opportunity, or as we say, I find the lesson in it, and I find the blessing in it, and I advance my life, and I grow my spiritual condition, and everything is beautiful. I've learned not to judge any situation as being good or bad, but like simply it is what it is. But I'm gonna get to the point here. So my friend's telling me, I'm doing all of the right things that I'm supposed to be doing, and I don't feel happy with myself. I don't feel happy with my life. I don't feel like things are right. I don't feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm listening. I'm really listening intently to my friend, but also at the same time I'm processing this. And in the back of my mind, I'm saying, brother, I've got the answer to all of your problems. I do. I mean, I've worked with over 300 people in similar situations over the last 15 years, and I've proposed solutions, concepts, answers to their problems. And of the ones who have accepted them, who have taken them and applied them in a practical manner, their lives have changed in a powerful, positive, and forward manner. The shit is tried and true and proven. But at any rate, I'm listening to my friend, and my friend tells me, that earlier in the evening they had a vision of their future self, a healthier version of their self, and in this future vision, they were in the gym, pumping out weights and releasing their anger and frustration and aggression in the weight room. And he says, I was all ripped and I'm buffed, and I've got a clean haircut and a bright smile, and I look back at my present self, and I start laughing. And I say to him, it sounds to me like your vision of your future self is a judgmental prick and not real healthy at all. You know, and this sparked a conversation which has depth and weight and meaning. You know, I'm not sure that my friend really picked up on what I was putting out there for him, but maybe somebody today will see this video and they'll pick up on what I'm putting out there. The same friend a few weeks earlier, after dinner, asked me, you know, how do I keep ending up here? And I says to him, where? Fucked? And he says, yeah, how do I keep fucking myself? You know, and I gave him the long answer, but I'll make it short for you. Basically, it's this: because you've got all these ideas and beliefs in your head, these belief systems in your head from which you operate, which you did not choose, and which are based on fear and created through guilt and shame. So basically, like the rest of us, you're walking around making what you think are all the right decisions based on lies, and you're not getting the intended results. You know, I hear it from people all the time. I'm doing all the right things and things aren't going right. Well, that's bullshit, okay? Because we're subject to the immutable law of causality, which dictates that for every action there is an equal or opposite reaction. You know, if we're doing the right things, we're going to get the right outcome, right? But I think that it starts with, first of all, letting go of the idea of right. And while we're at it, let's just go ahead and throw the idea of wrong straight in the shitter as well, okay? Because these are judgments, whether we view them as being positive or negative, they're judgments, and they're based on a broken belief system, okay? So we have to start looking at things as it is what it is. And then we've got to go deep and do an internal investigation. And this is what I've come to understand, is that most people don't get what they truly want in life because they don't know who the fuck they are. All of us are walking around trying our very best in a constant state of fear and frustration and anger, trying to be what we have conditioned to believe that we're supposed to be. And there's not a fucking manual. No, we're not born with, we don't come with instructions, you know. Life is fucking stupid. We don't even ask to be here, you know. It's not like we're chilling up in the stars and suddenly, you know, I sent out an email to this couple, hey, I'm coming down, you need to make a baby for my soul to occupy. And then we get here, right? And we go to fucking work and pay to live here, and we didn't even ask to be here. It's stupid, right? But then on top of that, we're given all of these beliefs and ideas of what's good and bad and right and wrong and what's going to make us happy. And if we do all the right things and we don't do the wrong things, we're going to acquire all the things that are going to make us happy. And then we get all the things that are going to make us happy, and we're not fucking happy. All right? It's a vicious cycle. It's a trap. It's a lie, and we've got to break out of it. And the way to break out of it is to break ourselves down, to go deep within ourselves, to look at our souls, right? Ask yourself today, what is it that my soul desires? What are the things that I want most in life? What sort of purpose do I want to choose? You don't even have to choose a purpose. You can choose the purpose of just being, of just experiencing, you know, allowing the divine to experience you, to experience itself through you. That's all you really have to do. You don't even have to do that if you don't want to. And you can leave at any time if you don't like it here. It's called free will. You know, many of us, we believe that we're bound by fate, and in the same sentence, in the same breath, we'll say that God gives us free will. You can't have one and the other. You got to choose. Either you've got free will, or you're a victim of fate that you didn't choose. I personally chose free will over fate. I'm no longer a victim. I've designed my own destiny. I've designed my own path. I do it the way that I want to do it, with the God-given free will that I have. And you know what? I don't always like the results, and the people around me are always judging the shit that happens as good or bad or right or wrong. And I'm just like, look, it's not a matter of good and bad and right or wrong. I'm not happy with the results, so guess what? I'm going to change. I'm going to do something different. And the requirement for changing and doing something different is to think differently, because guess what? We're not going to solve the problems with a broken mind. The broken mind that created the problems we have are not going to solve them. We have to change our mind. Okay, we have to change our way of thinking. We have to shift our perspective. And it's a simple process. It really is. It's not an easy process. You know, I've sat with a bunch of people. You know, I've shared these concepts and these ideas with them. And they're earth-shattering concepts and ideas. They go against very much of the belief systems that we hold so dear. But you know what? It takes only just a little opening in our mind to say, okay, you know what I've been doing is not getting me the results that I want. Maybe I'll try something else, right? But a lot of the times we'll keep doing the shit we've been doing and then get frustrated because we're getting the same fucking shitty results. We've got to change our minds. And we change our minds by getting into our souls and learning the truth, our own truth. I don't want you to learn my truth. I don't want you to learn the preacher's truth. I don't want you to learn your parents' truth. You've got your own truth. It's in your soul. It's not fucking hidden. It's in plain sight. You just got to look. It's all it takes. The result for me has been walking in a continuous space of unconditional love. No longer being a servant, a slave, or a prisoner of fear, but walking around this world without judgment of myself. I love my past selves, even though they've created so many problems for me. I love my past selves. I love you. I love the world. I love God. Without condition, without judgment. You know, it's the most beautiful gift I've received, and I'd like to share this gift with others. I hope each and every one of you have a magical and blessed day. And I hope to see you. I hope to hear from you. Please reach out to me in the comments if you've got any questions or if you'd like to discuss any of this further. Blessed be.